We go on the FM. Here we go.
Saying welcome to Abundant Life.
Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. My name is Gardy. It's just after 10 o'clock, and I have some special guests here in studio. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and then share about this amazing event taking place tomorrow, and you are invited. We'll start right here with you, Mayor.
Mayor Randy Strickland here in Hitchcock.
Mayor, and how long have you been serving as the mayor of Hitchcock?
Well, about a year and a half now. My term's up in May.
In May?
So a year and a half. I was a commissioner about 7 years previous to that in Hitchcock. So been involved with the city for quite a while.
Yes, sir. And then you're sitting next to another gentleman here. How did you get hooked up with this man right here?
I may not need to tell you. No, Fidencio, he's been through the church. I met him there at the Catholic Church and just got to know him through his sponsorship of Honor Our Local Vets. Probably more here in the last, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks than previous to that. We have a couple of same friends and stuff that we've talked to and talked about. So he's easy to get to know anyway.
All right. So, Mr. Leja, can you introduce yourself and then share the organization you're representing today and what we got going on?
Absolutely. So, Gardy, I was just posting and sharing so that way we can get some more people on Facebook watching this so that they can learn about this big event. So my name is Fidencio Leja. I wear just a few hats. One, I'm a councilman for the city of Santa Fe. Very proud to be from Santa Fe, being a graduate of Santa Fe. But I'm also the president and founder of Operation Honor Our Local Veterans. And you can learn more about us at www.honorlocalvets.org. And so we're here today. I'm here with the mayor. Super excited that we're partnering with the city of Hitchcock, a great city. And we're going to be hosting the Galveston County Veterans Day Celebration 2020 at the Galveston County Fairgrounds.
Yourself, you're a veteran, right?
Absolutely. I served in the U.S. Navy for 9 years, right out of high school. After graduating from Santa Fe High School, I joined the military, was shipped off to boot camp at Great Mistakes that we joke around about. So went over to Illinois, did my boot camp there, and then from there I started traveling the world. You know, the world's greatest Navy, they call it. And I got to travel over 13 countries, did 2 tours in the Gulf, did 1 in the Mediterranean, and it changed my life.
And you're very big on supporting veterans, honoring veterans, and you started that organization.
Well, absolutely, Gardy. And where it comes from is I had a professor back in 2012 at Texas State University where I went to school at. And this gentleman, Army veteran, his name was Dr. Esteville, Lawrence Esteville, in the geography department. But he took me under his wing, and one of the things he told me, he says, the future for veterans comes from other veterans opening doors to services and programs for us to get help. So it comes from helping one another. And so I really didn't understand it too well, but he took me under his wing, and this was back in 2012. In 2013, he actually started a scholarship in my name at Texas State University. And what it is for every graduate at Texas State University that receives their diploma at Texas State, and they're a veteran, they receive their red, white, and blue regalia cords, and it's basically named after me. And it's called the Fidencio Leja Regalia Cords Fund. So just with that, I have to continue his legacy of helping other veterans, guiding other veterans, and just supporting other veterans. And again, this is a tribute to Dr. Lawrence Esteville and a lot of other veterans that are out there that open doors for veterans. So
that's a huge honor. That's amazing.
It is. But it also, besides that, Gardy, besides being an honor and a privilege, it's also a responsibility. It's a responsibility that I continue to do what Dr. Esteville did for me back in 2012. And so I carry that on my shoulders. I carry that on my chest, that I got to honor him. I got to support him. And he just passed his past year. So it's a big deal. So now we have this organization, and that's where I met Mayor Strickland last year. He showed up to our event at Runge Park. And so, Mayor, you remember having that conversation with your wife about it?
No, I did. We just happened upon it, because I knew they were going to have like a little, not a carnival, but they had a lot of booths and stuff out there. So we just went down there, and I saw Mayor Tabor and Fidencio up on the stage with some of the other executives, and we stood there on the sidelines and watched what was going on. I told my wife, I said, this is incredible. We got to do something like that in Hitchcock. And coincidentally, I saw Fidencio at several other events within the community itself down there in Santa Fe. And
He gets around.
He does. He does.
All the events.
And we talked about it and said, we really need to do something in conjunctive effort, with Santa Fe and Hitchcock, because we're right down the road from each other. Just a street sign separates us, I guess. And then we'd meet him at another event, the Santa Fe Barbecue. I think the last time I talked to you about it. And he gave us the opportunity to host this year, and we were real excited about it. All of our commissioners, it was a big yes, sir, we'll take care of this. We'd love to do it with them. And Mrs. Gellis, our
city administrator.
She's fixing to be a manager, though. So
because they just voted on that.
Did.
So it's a big deal. That's a huge deal for you. So a huge applause.
So she supported 100%, and we're excited about it. We were really excited about it.
So here's a comment that I have to read. It's from Michael Matrenga, works with TCISD. I mean, the security, and he's the best in the field, right? He said, tell the fellas I said nice legs. And I have to agree. Because look at the camera shots, like with the shorts. I was like, man, I should have wore some shorts today. But, y'all are prepping out there at the fairgrounds. There's an event taking place tomorrow. Yeah. So what's going on there right now? What's going to take place tomorrow?
So let me go ahead and tell the security czar out there, Michael Matrenga, the security czar. This is someone that we actually connected with and made sure that he gave us some guidance and some leadership on making sure how we do our plan for COVID. And so just to know, we want to make sure we let the public know that we're going to do everything possible to follow the CDC guidelines, the county guidelines, the Hitchcock's guidelines, and making sure we keep everyone safe. We are going to be outdoors. So let's cover the agenda. So what's exciting is that there's 3 events in one. The first one is the prayer breakfast at 0800. So at 8 a.m., we have a prayer breakfast. And at the prayer breakfast, we're having pastors from the city of Hitchcock that are stepping up to support us on that. But we're bringing in our veterans to make sure we do that prayer breakfast in the morning. We want to create the tradition. We are providing breakfast for them, so we are going to feed our veterans and the families that are attending and elected officials, right, that show up at 0800. So that's from 8 to 10. Then at lunchtime, we have another great event that is the 50th anniversary Vietnam pinning ceremony. So all of our Vietnam vets that are in the area, we've asked them to register. We've also asked them to show up, and we'll provide you a 50th anniversary pin. We're partnering with Mr. Bob Gibhard, which is a Vietnam vet himself. He's also a John C. Maxwell coach. But besides that, he's a gentleman that's actually certified and registered to do that pinning ceremony, and he's done it all over the state. So a great guy, and I think he's even done it in other states. But overall, Bob Gibhard, we want to thank him. And so that's the 50th anniversary pinning. If Vietnam veterans, if you're still out there, you still can attend. We'll still take care of you. We'll still provide you a great meal. And then we have the city of Hitchcock's doing the parade at 4:30 to 5:30.
Mm-hmm. Starting down at 519 and Bulldog Lane.
Bulldog Lane.
And it'll come up on Highway 6 and head toward the fairgrounds. The chief of police has really got things scheduled for us in a pretty good way. It's kind of traffic's real bad right there at 2004 and Highway 6 about that time of the year, but Fidencio has notified the people out there at Chocolate Bio and let them know maybe they can take an alternate route and not get stuck in a parade. But it's something we feel is worthwhile, and to really show the vets that we support them. And it's just going to be an all-day affair. We're looking forward to it. We appreciate the opportunity to participate.
So we definitely want to thank the chief of police of Hitchcock, as well as the officer and investigator, Ms. Natalie Wilson. They made a commitment to even come over to the office, sit down with me, make sure we took care of all the logistics, talked about details, who's going to participate. They're having PDs from all over Galveston County and fire departments participating in it. So it's going to be a great event.
It is. Look forward to it.
And so right after that, at 6 p.m., we start our award ceremony. And so the award ceremony is where we're honoring local veterans, not just for the commitment to serve their country, but also for the commitment to serve their community. And we're talking about individuals from World War II all the way down to someone that just recently gotten out. But these are individuals that just didn't serve their country. They're right now actively involved in the community, giving back, doing positive things in their community. And we have individuals like Judge Henry, Judge Mark Henry. And then, I don't know if y'all know Texas Ranger Joe Harrelson. He's the longest serving Texas Ranger. This guy is a monster. I mean, he's very well known. Someone put it like this, that this guy is a legacy. And just we have other 2 women that are from the Coast Guard that have been very involved. And they're part of first responders and a lot of things they do. But I think the great one is our World War II veteran.
From Hitchcock. Chelsea.
Yes.
From the chamber, she found him.
So Chelsea Wick, she's watching right now. She said, tell you guys hi as well.
Chelsea.
Without Chelsea, oh man, we wouldn't have been able to raise the money that we did for the fireworks. Wouldn't have been able to raise the money to support the event. It's just a huge deal. But we want to definitely take our hats off to Chelsea Wick for all the support that she's given us. But she was able to locate a World War II veteran named Mr. David Peterson. And Mr. Peterson served when he was 16 years old in the Merchant Marines at 16.
Wow.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And Gardy.
What was I doing at 16? Nothing. Not serving in the Marines. Yeah, just.
But he served in the Merchant Marines.
Wow.
And he said he got into a fight with his principal, and his father was already part of the Merchant Marines. So his dad took him out of school and sent him off to the Merchant Marines. And then after that, he joins the Army. But he's been on 5 different battles. And then the guy gets out, and he's part of the aerospace industry, and he was part of the fueling team for the Apollo. So we were in our board meeting, and we were talking about Mr. David Peterson. And one of the board members goes, "Man, the only thing this guy's left to do is write a book." I said, "You know what? He wrote a book. It's on my desk."
Wow. Yeah. So he's done it all. Man, that's amazing.
A lot of experience there.
Absolutely.
Excellent book to read.
So that award ceremony will start at 6 p.m. It's open to the community. It's open to the public. We have to thank our barbecue cook teams, our cooking teams. We have 4 teams that are coming out. We have Roadkill Cookers, which is Mark Garcia and Mr. Scott Mohan. And then we also have Team Leja Cookers. I got to show love to my brothers. They're always there for me through everything. So if y'all did not know, there's 7 boys, 1 girl, so there's 8 of us. And my brothers are always supporting me. My sister's always there, but she's always screaming at us. But she keeps us in line. And then we also have Brothers Helping Others Foundation, which is part of Danny Cordova's team. So they're having put 2 pits out there. We're going to have 4 barbecue pits out there. They're going to be cooking for the entire community. And guess what? It's free.
So it's not a competition. It's just like, hey, come eat this amazing food.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, brother. That's it. So they're going to be cooking. We're just excited. We're just excited about this event. And then we had the 2 mayors sit down, Mayor Tabor from Santa Fe and then Mayor Strickland, to talk about how could they have a partnership in the 2 cities. And they came up with a great idea to do some fireworks.
Yeah, well, it was kind of y'all's idea, but we just supported it. And I'd like to give a shout out to some of the businesses here in Hitchcock that, as soon as I came to them and talked to them, they said, "Heck yeah, we'll support that. We'll be glad to." And that's what this whole thing is about. Fidencio and his group, they're the one that's putting it on. We're just having the opportunity to host it here in Hitchcock and let people come out and show all the vets that we do support them. They're not forgotten. And a lot of them think they are. And this is just to be able to talk to some of them, get to meet them and see their experiences and let them know that we care. Not just because you served and came home and left again, doing something else. We still think about the things that y'all have done to let us have stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's just really a really neat event.
I had the opportunity to talk to Judge Mark Henry and learn a bit about his story. And I had filmed for him before for some videos and PSAs. And then he sat in studio and learned about Veterans Court. And, he was in the Air Force and all this other stuff, and that's why he's such an advocate for it. And that's really cool. You brought that up. It's the veterans, the people who served, creating those opportunities and resources and saying, hey, here's the helping hand. Let's do this together. I think that's amazing.
And it is huge, is because, one of the things that we kind of talk about is that our country today has almost kind of, it was almost kind of a stepping stone for you to serve our country and in a leadership position if you had those qualities of serving our country at some point. Because that's it's a major sacrifice. And I usually try to explain to people is that there's no other job that you can take that you give up your rights as a citizen and then you become Department of the Defense. So, you're giving up your rights as a citizen completely. So there's no other job that you can do that. And so that's why they call us the 1%ers. Some people would consider it 2%ers. But, the 1% of Americans that don that uniform as part of the Army, Air Force, Marine Corps, the Navy, the Coast Guard, man, to me, it still gives me chills. And Mayor Strickland and I went to the biker rally on Thursday.
We did.
And we got to get up there and say a few words. But his wife said it best. I was just standing there. And besides the music, everyone there was just at attention, just paying attention to the song. And he played the national anthem. And it was just fire. And I got chills up there, brother. It was so, and I think that's what it's about, is bringing that energy of being a citizen and not just a resident. And, I try to have that conversation in leadership circles, is that residents go do their job at work and then come home and sit on the couch and, take care of their family. But a citizen is someone that's actually out there engaged, involved in their church, involved in Little League, involved in something besides just heading home and sitting on the couch. And so we want to bring out those citizens to this event and let them know that this is an opportunity for us to recognize our veterans and not make Veterans Day something that, when is Veterans Day? We want people to know that Veterans Day is every November 11th, and you should take that day off, and you should commit to volunteering, supporting our veterans, and getting involved.
So you had mentioned earlier, this stuff is free. Like, how are y'all able to make that happen? Is there sponsors and people that step up to do that?
Check it out, brother. These sponsors right here, without them, we couldn't do it. Of course, the city of Hitchcock being the host city, they're a sponsor. ACU of Texas, we definitely want to thank ACU. They step up and do big things for us. My insurance agency with Farmers Insurance, but there's also another Ms. Linda Audrey, that's also a Farmers Insurance agent, has stepped up and donated. We have Linebarger Attorneys at Law, Remy Homes, which is Daniel Blanco's company. He's donated. He's big about supporting veterans. Del Papa Distribution, man, let's thank them. They're donating both beverages for our VIP tent, but also beverages for the entire community. So energy drinks, water, and all the good stuff. So thank you, Del Papa. And then we have Hitchcock Economic Development Corporation with Mr. Fred Welch. We have Calusa Inc. They're a consulting, engineering, and surveyors. DC Vacuum Services, Lone Star Pharmacy, Gulf Coast Aerobics, Commissioner Joe Giusti. We have some elected officials that just don't show up. They also write a check. So you get some elected officials that will show up to these events, but very few of them write checks. But we definitely want to thank Commissioner Joe Giusti, Sheriff Henry Trossaset. His wife came by the office, dropped off a check. She's a big supporter. And Sheriff Trossaset, District Attorney Jack Rody, College of the Mainland, Hitchcock Dental, Prosperity Bank, Texas First Bank, Texas Yamaha, College of the Mainland, Tabaldo's Feed and Supply, Senator Larry Taylor, we want to thank him, Jennifer Meyer, she's a realtor, and then Women of AT&T, FirstNet, Michael Hart, thank you so much for not just donating, but also they're sending out volunteers. They handled our VIP tent last year. What was awesome is that, you remember, they were serving the food. Mm-hmm. AT&T was out there. They had 15 volunteers there last year. They were serving the food, picking up drinks, cleaning up. Man, those guys rock and roll. Jackson Henry Mortgage, and then On Par Civil Services. So without their donations, brother, we couldn't host this event for the community.
And when is it again, and who's invited?
It's going to be tomorrow, Wednesday, November 11th. We will have the prayer breakfast at Ed Pickett Hall, the Vietnam luncheon at Ed Pickett Hall, and then the big one is open to the community, which will start at 6 p.m. at the Galveston County Fairgrounds at 6 p.m. Fireworks are expected to kick off at 7:30 p.m. and we're just excited,
You know,
come out.
as far as I know, because there weren't really fireworks that were able to take place, in July. On the 4th of July, a lot of them were canceled. This will be an opportunity for people to actually look outside and enjoy fireworks for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, and that's something I'd like to thank our fire marshal here, our new fire marshal here in Hitchcock. He worked with us, the chief worked with us to get that event going, for safety reasons and everything out there. Just everybody in Hitchcock is taking part in this stuff. And let me throw out a couple. There's folks that I just went to and asked them for support, and they said, yeah, we'll support, we'll write a check, but we don't want any recognition for it. They just want to show they support the vets. But Republic Helicopter, one of the owners lives across the street from me, and we talk all the time, and she was, yes, we'll support it.
The
Blimp-based industries incorporate they as well. So there's some people here in Hitchcock that really want to support the vets.
I was trying to tag them.
They don't need any recognition for it.
Yeah, I was trying to tag as Councilman Leha was, and you just, I was like, oh, Republic Helicopter and, Del Papa, Farmers, ACU. Just, I don't know. Click on them, support them.
Harbor Walk.
There's a gentleman out at Harbor Walk that's taken over a lot of the things out there trying to get the restaurant going. He wrote a big check, and he didn't want any recognition for it. But there's just people that know how important it is for the veterans.
And the city of Hitchcock agrees, and you all support the veterans.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
It's a big deal. When we went to go present to the commission at the city of Hitchcock, besides them voting yes to be the host city and to host the parade, we also brought our veterans parking signs that the city of Santa Fe kind of kicked off as part of one of our first cities. But now they're putting up signs in Hitchcock. So we want this to be something that's going to travel throughout the county. And our board is all veterans. We're all enlisted. And we have somebody, from the Marine Corps, from the Air Force, from every branch besides the Coast Guard right now. But we will add somebody from the Coast Guard hopefully soon. And then also our attorney, that's our advisor, legal counsel, but also he's also going to be putting together a board of advisors, and he's from Linebarger, and that's Mr. Mark Savalier. And so we want to thank him for making sure that we're a 501c3. He's always on top of us, making sure that we're, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. But one of the things that he's done for us is keep us in line, but also I want to make sure that the community knows is that everyone on the board, including our attorney, is all volunteers. None of us receive a paycheck. Every single dollar that's donated online or a check that's given to us goes right back for us to be able to host events. And so during COVID-19, we put out thousands of dollars to veterans that needed their lights put on, pay for gas, pay for groceries. And we couldn't do that without our sponsors.
And then you can go to honorlocalvets.org. That's the website to find out more information about that.
And still donate. Please donate. If it's $25, $10, or $1,000, you can still donate, and those dollars will help us make sure that we cover this event and we take care of it. Now, one of the pieces that we're forgetting here is that we have a gentleman coming that's going to be a keynote speaker for the award ceremony at 6 p.m. His name is J.P. Lane. And J.P. Lane is a Purple Heart recipient, and he's a double amputee. So he was blown up 3 times with an IED, and on the 3rd time, it took his legs. So wow. He has an amazing story. He's going to be, but he also strings the guitar. He also sings. And so he'll be out there. And what's cool is that he actually is going to have his own reality show. And there's going to be a crew that's going to be following him at this event. So he's going to have his own camera crew there. So we're excited about having J.P. Lane and his wife and his guitarist with him.
Councilman, whenever you need a reality show, give me a call so we can follow you and show all the cool stuff that you do in the county and all over. That'd be a lot of fun.
Come on.
He doesn't stop. He doesn't stand still very long. But something I want to throw in, Fidencio, is that, Hitchcock, I think this is the first time that you gave another city the opportunity to host this event. But this is going to be an ongoing deal with you guys.
Yes.
And I just want to say I really believe Hitchcock, the one that we're having tomorrow, is going to be something that somebody else is going to try to top, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be a catalyst.
So I'm looking forward to seeing it year after year after year. But this is a big year for Hitchcock.
Well, whenever I first got the message and I saw the flyer, I had to do a double take. I did because I was like, City of Hitchcock present, and I was like, okay, am I missing something here? Because I know you're from Santa Fe and a city councilman, and I know that they're right up against each other, and sometimes there's competition, whether it's friendly competition or economic development, whatever. There's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of land in Hitchcock and a lot of land in Santa Fe, so there's room for everybody. But I had to double check.
No, and that's a good point. And the piece is that I don't make the decisions myself. So we have a board, and the board made the decision is how can we expand and impact more veterans? Well, if we just continue to host it in Santa Fe, we're only going to support Santa Fe veterans. Mm-hmm. But the board said, hey, we're Galveston County focused, so let's move up Highway 6. So we're calling out all the cities right now, let you know that if you want to partner with us, just know that next year, Veterans Day falls on Thursday. The following year will fall on a Friday. But we would like to move up Highway 6. We did Santa Fe. Now we're in Hitchcock. We would love to partner with Bayou Vista and maybe Tiki. They do a partnership, get with us, and we host it next year in Bayou Vista. And then we move up to maybe head down to Galveston and move to Texas City, move to League City. But we want to partner with every single city. And one of the partnering organizations that helps us quite a bit is ACU of Texas has their own 501c3, and it's called SERVE. And Jay Kopic is the one that leads that. But every month he hosts a meeting with every organization that supports veterans, comes in, and we do a lunch, and we talk about how we can support veterans. And Galveston County also extends out to Brazoria and even Harris. So we want to thank them for their support. And just know, our sponsors, remember, there is going to be a VIP tent for you at this event. There will be food in there. There will be beverages in there. So all of our sponsors, make sure you come out and support our veterans.
And then you go to honorlocalvets.org. You can call 409-207-1114.
That's it.
Find out more information. Is there anything else, Mayor, that you'd like to share today?
We're just looking forward to it, and this is an open invitation to everybody from Hitchcock or surrounding towns, really, and come on out and support the vets. Meet a few of them.
Anything else? You had something else?
No, I was just going to say, throw one out from my dad. He was a World War II vet as well, and he didn't like to talk a whole lot about it, the different things, but he was a Navy guy like Fidencio.
Hey.
So there's a lot of them out there, and Fidencio talked earlier about, the guys that are vets, and they do different things for the communities and everything. And it's just like Judge Henry, he swore me in as a mayor. And I had no idea he had been in the service. I know he's a public servant, and he does things for the county. And there's so many people around our city and the surrounding communities that do things that you don't think in your mind, and you don't know that they serve the country. So this opportunity to meet some of them.
Yes, sir. Councilman?
I would just say that for those of you that are out there that are watching this, it's critical that we get your support, both financially and also of your time. When our veterans see that there's a crowd out there and they're there to honor them because of their service and their commitment to our country, it's a big deal for them. A lot of them don't want to be on the stage, but a lot of them do want to see people out there and, holding up that flag, being out there with their kids and their family. So we're inviting you out. Now, these fireworks, you're going to be able to see probably 5 to 10 miles out, because we're talking about $30,000 worth of fireworks that's being hosted in a partnership between the city of Hitchcock and the city of Santa Fe. And we definitely want to thank not Mayor Bill Pittman. Maybe he may be mayor one day, but Councilman Bill Pittman, he was one of the catalysts that started the idea of the fireworks in Santa Fe. And then, of course, because of COVID, it kind of dwindled away. But now with this partnership, thank you, Councilman Bill Pittman, and then also the mayor and the entire council there to have this partnership between the two cities. Come out, watch the fireworks, have some good food, donate a few dollars. We will have a live auction, and just a great time. But you should be able to see the fireworks 5 miles radius from the Galveston County Fairgrounds starting at 7:30.
This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Tomorrow, that's tomorrow. The event is taking place tomorrow at the Galveston County Fairgrounds. It is Veterans Day as well. So thank you to all of our active duty people that are serving in the military, and then to everybody who has served. Thank you, veterans. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5. All right, hey, Facebook, y'all be blessed. Again, tag a friend, share this out, and put it in a group. Put it in a city group, talk group, your neighborhood group, and let's spread this positive thing that's taking place tomorrow.